Hey everybody, this is Jeff here of NVG back for another episode of Ncast, the live weekly Nintendo podcast. This is the Ncast live weekly Nintendo podcast, episode 24, the Balloon Fight podcast. So what is Balloon Fight? Well, Balloon Fight is an action video game developed by Nintendo. The original arcade version was released from the Nintendo Versus system as Versus Balloon Fight, and its Nintendo Entertainment System counterpart was internationally released in 1986. The gameplay is similar to the 1982 game Joust from Williams Electronics. The home Nintendo Entertainment System version was ported to the NEC PC 8801 in October 1985, the Sharp X1 in November 1985, the Game Boy Advance's Balloon Fight E for the e-reader in the United States on September 16, 2002, and as part of the Famicom miniseries in Japan on May 21, 2004. The player controls an unnamed balloon fighter with two balloons attached to his helmet. Repeatedly pressing the A button or holding down the B button causes the balloon fighter to flap his arms and rise into the air. If a balloon is popped, the player's flotation is decreased, making it harder to rise. A life is lost if both balloons are popped by enemy balloon fighters. If the player falls in the water, gets eaten by the large piranha near the surface of the water, or is hit by lightning. There are two modes of play: the one-player or two-player game, where the goal is to clear the screen of enemies, and Balloon Trip, where the goal is to avoid obstacles in a side-scrolling stage. The original arcade game does not include Balloon Trip, but all the level layouts are completely different so as to take advantage of vertical scrolling in addition to some minor gameplay differences. In the one-player and two-player game, you need to defeat all the enemies on screen to clear the stage. This mode can be played alone or cooperatively with a second player. Each player starts with 3 extra lives. The 3DS Balloon Fight port comes with the download play option that allows you to play along with a friend that has another 3DS system. Enemy balloon fighters float around the screen, and the player must hit their balloons to defeat them. The enemy can also fall into the water or be eaten by the fish while flying close to the water surface. If an enemy is defeated or falls into the water, a bubble will rise up the screen which can be hit for extra points. As play progresses through the stages, the number of enemies and platforms increases. Every 3 stages is a bonus stage where the goal is to burst all of the balloons that float up the screen from the chimneys at the bottom. In Balloon Trip mode, it is a single-player game where the goal is to avoid the lightning sparks and collect the balloons, aiming to move up the ranks and compete for the high score. The player starts with one life. Balloon Fight was developed by Nintendo Research and Development 1, published by Nintendo, designed by Yoshio Sakamoto, programmed by Mr. Toru Iwata, the late Mr. Iwata, former president of Nintendo, composed by Hirokazu Tanaka, and it's appeared in the arcades, on the NES, the PC 8801, the X1, the Sharp Zarus, maybe, and the Game Boy Advance. The arcade version was released in North America in 1984. The Famicom version was released in Japan on January 22, 1985. The NES version was released in North America in August 1986, and in PAL territories on March 12, 1987. The NEC PC 8801 version was released in October 1985, Japan only. Sharp X1 was November 1985, also Japan only. And the Sharp Zarus was September 2001 in Japan only. And the Game Boy Advance version for the Famicom Mini version was May 21st, 2004, and the e-reader version was released in North America on September 16th, 2002. It's an action game. It has single-player and multiplayer modes, and its arcade-style cabinet is upright, and the arcade system was the Nintendo Play-Choice 10 hardware. So what about for releases for this coming week? What's coming out? Well, on the 16th, which is tomorrow, Skylanders Imagineers is coming out on the Wii U. On the 18th, which is Tuesday, we're getting the Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon special demo version on the 3DS. Also on 3DS on the 20th, which is Thursday, we're getting Farune 2. Then some other games on the 20th. On Wii U, there's Mr. Pumpkin Adventure. On 3DS and Wii U is Pirate Pop Plus. On Wii U is Retro Road Rumble, and SteamWorld Heist, and Super Destronaut 2 Go Duck Yourself. All 3 of those are on Wii U: Retro Road Rumble, SteamWorld Heist, and Super Destronaut 2. And all of those are on the 20th, which is next Thursday. Also on the 20th, Europe is getting Pirate Pop Plus on Wii U. On the 3DS in North America, we are getting Shantae and the Pirate's Curse on the 18th. And Japan is getting Kona Boku ga Suku Sekai Hermit Saver on the 3DS on the 19th, which is Wednesday. On the 20th, which is Thursday, they're getting Mario Party Star Rush. And on the 20th, Europe is getting Pirate Pop Plus on the 3DS also. On the 21st, which is Friday, they're getting Rhythm Paradise Mega Mix and Shantae and the Pirate's Curse on the 3DS. On the 16th, which is tomorrow, we're getting the bunch of individual character packs for Skylanders Imaginators on the Wii U. And those are the Sensei Barbella character pack, the Sensei Wolfgang pack, Chopscotch, Ambush, Taekwon, Crow, Dr. Crankcase. All those will be available tomorrow for Wii U. And they can be used with other versions of the game also on PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, and Xbox One. On the 18th, which is Tuesday, we are getting the Disney 2-pack, Frozen, Olaf's Quest, and Big Hero 6 for Nintendo 3DS. And that is it for releases for next week. So we got the European Nintendo download for you for this past week. What did Europe get? Well, on Wii U, there's not a whole lot this week for that system. Just have some sales on Wii U, and those are for Another World 20th Anniversary Edition, Steel Rivals, Chompy Chomp Chomp Party, and Never Alone. On the 3DS eShop, you guys got Disney Magical World 2, Chase Cold Case Investigation Distant Memories, and Ash. Also on the 3DS, there's some Miffy themes. There's At the Park with Miffy, Miffy at the Circus, Miffy in Autumn, and Miffy Trick or Treat. For 3DS eShop sales, there's deals on Another World 20th Anniversary Edition, Gunslugs 2, Jet Rocket 2, The Wrath of Takai, Chain Blaster, Jump Trial Supreme, Izumi, 10-in-1 Arcade Collection, Crazy Kangaroo, League of Heroes, Monster Shooter, Pick a Gym, Pix 3D, Rage of the Gladiator, Speed X 3D Hyper Edition, Snowboat Racing 3D, Splat the Difference, and Witch and Hero 2. And that is all for the Nintendo download for Europe this week. We've got the latest Famitsu review scores for you. And there's only 2 Nintendo platform games that were covered this past week, and those are Paper Mario Color Splash and Mario Party Star Rush. Paper Mario Color Splash earned a 9/9/9/8, which is about an average of 8.75, and Mario Party Star Rush got a 7/8/8/9, which is equivalent to an average of about 8. So pretty good scores for both games. And of course, Paper Mario Color Splash is out now, and I'm not sure about Mario Party Star Rush. When does that come out here? Alright, it's not coming out in North America until November 4th, so Japan is getting it next week, but we are not getting it until next month. And it's already available in Europe and Australia. So Square Enix has teased a possible new entry in the Bravely series, or Bravely Default series, depending on what you want to call it. And they posted an image on their Twitter account for the game, which is a Japanese Twitter account, in honor of the 4th anniversary of the series. And the tweet said, "It's Bravely's 4-year anniversary. We apologize as news has been scant recently. There may be something soon." That's according to a translation by Gamatsu, because the original tweet is in Japanese. And so far there's been 3 Bravely games on Nintendo systems. There's Bravely Default Flying Fairy, Bravely Default for the sequel, and Bravely Second Endlayer. And you think that if they're going to be making a new one, it would be coming out on NX, but that's not confirmed, that's just speculation. Since NX is supposed to be coming out next year, I mean, it makes logical sense, right? But we'll have to wait and see, I guess. So speaking of 3DS, Nintendo did some maintenance on the portable this past week. This was on Tuesday night. They had maintenance for certain network services, and that was involving online play, rankings, and other things like that. They also announced that there'll be maintenance on this coming Monday also. That would be from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific time, which is 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern. And that maintenance affects both Wii U and 3DS, and you'll be unable to use your eShop cards because the maintenance specifically mentions that. So if you want to do stuff with eShop cards, you want to make sure to do that before Monday, otherwise you have to wait till Tuesday to do so. So a story recently was shared online via Reddit, I believe, is where it originated, and it was about the NX, and Nintendo had confirmed that they were still planning to reveal the system this year, but this post was from a developer-only forum, and it was from either September or May, depending on which date format it's used. This is one of the employees of Nintendo Europe that posted this. And he said, "Hello, unfortunately we cannot give you more details at this point in time. You already mentioned the one information we have. Nintendo will publicly share more information about NX within this year. What this will mean for the disclosure of technical information is still to be decided. When we opened this Nintendo developer portal, our goal was to provide the same amount of technical information to small and big companies, and even individuals, for existing platforms, Wii U and 3DS. Whether or not that will be the case for NX, we cannot promise. The one thing I can add is that, from what I was told of previous platform launches, the tools and development environment are rarely fully stable until very late. Sharing them with a lot of people too early would have created a lot of support work for Nintendo and frustration for developers, so they were shared openly pretty late. So if this launch goes the same as previous ones, I would suggest to be patient." So it remains to be seen if Nintendo is actually going to reveal the system this year or not. A lot of people are speculating that it's going to be delayed till next year, but Nintendo has not said one thing one way or the other officially, other than this one comment from this Nintendo of Europe employee, which basically as a non-comment, it means saying the same thing that they've said all along, that they plan to reveal it this year. But who knows what Nintendo's actual internal plans that they're not telling people are. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. So I got some news about a game coming to the 3DS eShop next month, and that is called Ice Station Z, and it will be released in November in North America, and it will be coming out in Europe soon thereafter, I believe they said. Yeah, so the North American release date is November 3rd, and Europe will be shortly thereafter, it says. And it's from an indie developer called Wobbly Tooth, and it will be their fourth release for the 3DS. They have other games on the system, which are Battle Miner, Magic Hammer, and Toy Stunt Bike. Now, Ice Station Z is a survival-based game, and it has zombies, and it takes place in an open-world setting. And the game is going to have local and online multiplayer, as well as a voice and text-based chat. And we've got the trailer on our website at nvideogames.com if you are interested in checking that game out. Nintendo recently updated Miitomo, the mobile app for Android and iOS devices, and they've added some new Halloween stages and items to the application. So if you're interested in getting some Halloween outfits and accessories for your Mii, well, you can do that in Miitomo Drop or the like and get the clothing and things you want. One of the things they've added, for example, is a witch outfit, so you can check that out on Miitomo. We've got the launch trailer for Chase Cold Case Investigations Distant Memories on our website at nvideogames.com. The game just came out in Europe, and the European eShop has it for 20% off until October 27th. So if you are interested in purchasing the game, you can get it at a lower price. It's 20% off until October 27th on the European eShop. And you can check out the trailer there at nvideogames.com. We've got the Japanese Nintendo download for you. What did Japan get this week? Well, in the Wii U eShop, they got LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens and Paper Mario Color Splash. On the Wii U Virtual Console, they got two games that originally appeared on the Super Famicom. Those are Space Invaders, the original game, and Darius Twin. On the 3DS eShop, they got VVVVVV. That's 6 V's. That's the name of the game. LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens is also on 3DS. And also on 3DS in Japan this week is Railway Japan on the Route Tabi Hair Electric Railway Hin. Railway Japan Route Each Time Yui Rail Hin. And that is it for the Japanese Nintendo download this week. And you can check out the trailers and screenshots on our website. So we got some more Nintendo NX rumors for you this week. That's all we have to go on lately with Nintendo NX, because Nintendo's not saying anything officially. The first rumor is about the name, and this comes from 2chan originally, which is a Japanese message board, and they posted an image that claims that the name of the system, the file name, is going to be Nintendo Duo. Now, 2chan has a reputation for messing with people, like the other Chan sites do, like 4chan for example, so you should be taking this with a huge grain of salt. This could be another trolling attempt, because, you know, the internet seems to like to troll Nintendo fans that are waiting info on NX, and we'll have to wait and see. And there was even Vooks64, I think was the name of the guy that did a version of the image in Photoshop, and he said it took like 5 minutes for him to recreate it, so it's not very hard to recreate. But as people on Reddit said, just because something's easy to make doesn't mean it's fake. And Nintendo lately has been doing simplistic logos anyway, so it wouldn't be too surprising to see them do something simplistic. But a lot of people think that the Duo name is not true. They think it's just another trolling attempt or another fake by somebody. But we'll just have to wait and see. So speaking of Reddit, the NX Reddit moderator team has reported they've received some linked information from a large retailer, and none of this is confirmed, of course. This is all rumor, so take that as you would. But the information relates to features, the price, and specs of the system, so let's go through it. One of the things that they leaked was a phrase that's seen on a poster, and it was said, "Interact with your game on the go." And that might be a marketing phrase that they're using for NX. And they said there seems to be something called strong co-branding, and we're not sure what that means exactly, but it appears that the Mario game is going to be a launch title for the system because it's shown on posters. And they also plan to have at least 4 games available at launch. Now that might mean exactly 4 games, or maybe more. We just don't know. It's also not known if this is first-party games or third-party games or all games altogether. But if that Mario rumor is true, then we know at least 2 of the 4 games that might be available at launch, because Zelda Breath of the Wild is supposed to be a launch title as well, but that's not confirmed. There's some people that think it may be delayed out of launch, but it's expected to be a launch game. According to the Reddit information, Nintendo is planning to send demo units out to retailers in February, and the system is going to have 2 different SKUs. There'll be a base system available for $299.99 and a bundle available for $399.99. And you might be wondering what is in the bundle, but we just don't know yet. The leak also talked about the packaging of the system, and it appears it's going to be similar in style to Wii U, meaning it's going to be simple, but Wii U's is blue and black, while NX's is white and blue. And interestingly, the NX name is still included on the box, but it's not known if that's just a placeholder or if it's the file name. Nintendo blurred out and redacted certain information and images from the box to try to prevent more info from leaking out. The cartridge rumor was mentioned again, and there was a source that was debunked shortly after that made claims on the storage limits of the cartridges, but nothing's been confirmed as far as their capacity goes. They also mentioned the ability to stream in 4K resolution, but this might just be for video on demand and similar things like that, like Netflix and Hulu and that kind of thing. Let's also remember that the console version of the system will support 1080p resolution and 60 FPS, and that the handheld version may be running at 900p. And the Reddit moderator who posted this said that the team has additional information that hasn't been released to the public yet because they haven't been able to confirm it, and it hasn't met their standard for verification, or they haven't had enough contact with the people who provide the information. So we got another trailer for you this week, and that is the Disney Magical World 2 Activities trailer. And the game was scheduled to be released yesterday in North America, and it's in Europe, and it's scheduled to be released in Australia today, the 15th. So if you're interested in checking out some stuff about the game, you can view that trailer. And if you are in North America, Europe, or Australia, you can pick up the game as of today. So yeah, be sure to check out that trailer. We've got the latest Famitsu scans for you from Japan. And this week we have scans for Pokemon Sun and Moon, Puyo Puyo Chronicle, Megami Meguri, and Sega 3D Classics Fukuku Archives 3 Final Stage. All these are games on the Nintendo 3DS. So you can check out some images and Japanese information from those games over on our website. Speaking of Japan, Yokai Watch 3 Sukiyaki has been announced for Japan. This comes from Koro Koro, and it was revealed in the latest issue of that magazine. And according to Koro Koro, it's scheduled to be released in Japan on December 15th. And apparently the existing versions of Yokai Watch 3, Sushi and Tempura, will be updated as well. But we don't know yet if this update is going to make them basically the same as Sukiyaki or not. And there's no other additional information about Sukiyaki just yet. Level 5 had previously released an updated version of Yokai Watch 2, which they called Yokai Watch 2 Shinichi. So in this version of the game, the company added new features and additional content, and also had much of the original game's Bony Spirits and Fleshy Souls. So they might do something similar with Sukiyaki for Yokai Watch 3. Let's have to wait and see. So as part of the Zelda series 30th anniversary, Nintendo has shown off some old Famicom era hardware from their vintage storage room, and they even had a CRT television that they found to hook it up. So you can take a look on our website at some images of the original Famicom, the Famicom Disk System, which was a Japan-only accessory, and the original Legend of Zelda actually released on the Famicom Disk System on a floppy disk, like the kind we used to use on computers many years ago. And amazingly, both systems are seemingly perfectly intact, complete with all the things that were included, instructions and adapters and cords and everything. It's pretty crazy that they have all that perfectly preserved, considering both are over 30 years old. But you can check out some images of all that on our website at nvigames.com, and you can check out a short video Nintendo posted of the boot up sequence for the Famicom Disk System and the Legend of Zelda FDS version. So Koro Koro also released some new information about Pokemon Sun and Moon this past week. These were the evolutions for Jangmo-O and Type Null. And Type Null evolves into a Pokemon called Silvati, or Silvati, and that happens when it trusts its trainer enough. It'll also be able to use a hold item called Memory, and it has an ability called AR System. And that allows Type Null or Silvati to become any of the 18 types. And Cerebi.net was reporting this information. They said that they didn't know if there would be different items for each type or if there's just one item to change types. And Silvati will also have a attack called Multi-Attack, and the hold item you use will change the move's type. They also gave some information about the first trial captain in the game, and its name is Ilmia, or Limia, I don't know how you say that. But anyways, the game's first town is going to be called Haori City, though that name could be changed to the Western releases. And the scans also said that there would be an alone version of Grimer, and that information had been shared previously. It was rumored, and we'll be talking about some more about the Pokemon here at the end of this episode shortly, since Nintendo and Pokemon Company released all that information officially in English, and it could be considered spoiler information. So we'll save that for last. So we've got the North American Nintendo download for you this week. What did North America get? Well, on the Wii U Virtual Console, we got Animal Crossing Wild World and Kirby Canvas Curse. Both of those are originally released on the Nintendo DS. And Nintendo changed up how they do the eShop sales this week. And they only mention a couple titles, and they want you to go to their website to view the full list. But two of the titles on sale on Wii U this week are Never Alone and Templestone. Other Wii U releases this week include Mahjong and Bit Dungeon Plus. On the 3DS eShop, we got Disney Magical World 2, Guruming 3D, A Monstrous Adventure, and Severed. We also got a bunch of 3DS home themes this week. There's 4 for the Sonic series. There's Cute Style, Shadow Style, Silver Style, and a Sonic Bundle. Bundle number 3. I've also got some for Gurumin, or Gurumin, however you say that. There's the Party Time theme, the Heroes theme, the Monster Palace theme, the Night Parade theme, the Orange Twist theme, and the Monster Bundle, or Gurumin Monster Bundle. And on the 3DS eShop for sales this week, we have a deal for Gunslugs, and there's others available too. And those are on Nintendo's website. Other Nintendo 3DS releases this week include Block Form and Chase Cold Case Investigations Distant Memories. So we've got additional NX rumors for you from what we talked about earlier. These come from a French site called Gameblog, and NeoGAF has translated the information from the video, and this comes from Gameblog's Julien Chizes, or however you say that. I don't speak French, I have no idea how to say that. But anyways, he claims he's sharing info that's only been confirmed with multiple sources, and he claims that his sources are developers that have access to dev kits. He says that there are 20 games in development for the system, but he doesn't know the actual reveal date of NX just yet, but he thinks that we'll be able to verify all that information soon. He also thinks that the dev kits are not final because Nintendo has other features or gimmicks for the system which are not included in the dev kits. And his sources reconfirm the hybrid rumor, and they say that that's not the only surprise for NX, whatever that means. He also reconfirmed the rumor of detachable controllers, but contrary to what some people think, NX is not going to have a dock for the handheld to become a console, but rather a dongle. This will be similar to like a USB flash drive, or Chromecast, or Roku stick, or Amazon Fire Stick, or anything like that, you know, little small thing that you would maybe about like that, maybe, I don't know. They didn't show any images of it that I'm aware of, so we'll have to wait and see. And that's what he was told from his sources, supposedly. And according to Mr. Chazez, this will upscale the handheld version of the game for display on your TV. And because of this, the handheld version and console versions of the game will be the same. The handheld versions appear to be running anywhere from 780p to 900p resolution, which according to him is close to PS4 level. He also claims the ports are going to be easy to do despite the different architecture, and that developers seem to be happy about the development tools that are available to them. As you might expect, the NX version of Breath of the Wild looks nicer than the Wii U version, and he also said that NX might support VR in the future, but it's not planned for right now. Nintendo is apparently going to be remastering and remaking a lot of games. Some of those include Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, Splatoon, and Mario Kart 8. He also mentioned the possibility of N64 and Wii games getting remasters too. He also said that Final Fantasy 15 and the Final Fantasy 7 Remake are going to be coming to NX, and he claims that Capcom, Platinum Games, and Ubisoft are all on board with development for NX. The Ubisoft one's pretty obvious because the company's chairman and CEO, Yves Guillemot, has made multiple comments about NX the past few months. And Mr. Chizes claims that Ubisoft is going to be bringing Beyond Good and Evil 2 to NX along with a Splinter Cell game. And he also mentioned the possibility of a crossover title featuring the Rabbids and Yoshi. And that is the latest on the NX rumors. So Europe and Japan are getting new badges for Nintendo Badge Arcade, and if you're a Pokemon or Zelda fan, you'll be interested in checking these out. Europe is just getting Pokemon ones for now, and they seem to be the regular style of Pokemon. There's, let's say, Typhlosion, Caesar, Slowking, Umbreons, and a few Steelix, and a few others. And you can get a free play too. And Japan is getting Pokemon ones also, but theirs are more Halloween themed. And the Zelda ones are from Zerudo no Densetsu Kamigami no Terafusu, which is the Legend of Zelda Triforce of the Gods, which is the Japanese name of the Legend of Zelda A Link to the Past, which is what we got here in North America. So that, of course, is the Super Nintendo version of Zelda. There's a Link badge, a Zelda one, a Cuckoo one, a Fairy one, and an additional Cuckoo one. Not sure why they have two in that picture, but that's, maybe they're different, maybe they're the same, I don't know. But anyways, you can check those out on Nintendo Badge Arcade. So we're going to finish up this episode with some possible spoiler information. This is information about new Pokemon and new characters that are going to be included in the game. So if you don't want to be spoiled, then you can go ahead and tune out now. And we'll be talking about this for the next few minutes. And you can check us out at nvogames.com for Nintendo news, screenshots, trailers, reviews, and lots more good stuff. So thanks for watching and thanks for listening if you're tuning out now. And we'll be talking about the Pokemon spoilers here momentarily. Alright, we're going to talk Pokemon spoilers now. There are several new Pokemon that were revealed in the latest trailer, which we have on our website at nvogames.com. And the first one is Savali. It's a normal type. Its ability is RKS System, and that changes its type while holding certain items. Its unique move is called Multi-Attack, and that matches its current type. Next one was Hakumo-o and Komo-o. They are dragon fighting types, and their abilities are bulletproof or soundproof. They are evolutions of Jangmo-o, and the unique move of Komo-o is Clanging Scales. Next ones are Steenie and Serena. They are grass types. Their abilities are Leaf Guard or Oblivious for Steenie, and Leaf Guard or Queenly Majesty for Serena. They are evolutions of Bon Sweet, and Serena's unique move is Drop Kick. Next one was Ribombee. It's a bug fairy type, and its ability is Honey Gather or Shield Dust. And the last ones revealed were Alolan Grimer and Alolan Muck. They are Poison Dark types, and their ability is Poison Touch or Gluttony. And the new trainers that were revealed are Olivia, who is the Kahuna of Akala Island, and she uses Rock-type Pokemon like Nosepass, and Elima, a trial captain who specializes in the normal type. And we've got screenshots of those, screen captures, rather I should say, featuring artwork of all the new Pokemon and characters and screenshots. So you can check those out along with the trailer on our website at nvogames.com. And that will conclude this episode of the Incast Live Weekly Nintendo Podcast, but we'll be back next week with another episode, most likely. So be sure to tune in for that. And we'll be live here on Twitch tonight for another episode of Crystalis on the NES at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's a few hours from now, so be sure to check that out. And don't forget you can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/nvideogaming or on Twitter at twitter.com/nvideogames. And you can check us out on the web at nvideogames.com for Nintendo news, screenshots, trailers, reviews, and lots more good stuff. So thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Game on.